Welcome back to Bridgestone Production Cars, proudly brought to you by Fast Orange Hand Cleaner. Both of the sprint races are now in the bag at round number 2 of the Super Series here at Killarney in Cape Town. We now head into the feature race, the big one, 14 laps.
No quarter asked and no quarter giving. Early stages in our championship, Matt, but getting points on the board is all vitally important.
I love this race. This is where it counts more than anything else. Double points scored in the feature race.
Also begs the question, let's have a look at what's happened so far. It hasn't always gone the way of who you would have suspected being in the front end of these competitions, particularly in race 1 and 2.
The Highveld was definitely a leveler. When you come down to the coast, more air, cleaner air is coming into the engines, but that also makes them rev out and puts more strain on them.
Regulations in this competition deems the fact that these cars are running at 20% less boost as they did in the first race and now in the second race. Will it take its toll?
We're looking to see if Michael Stephen can salvage something from a terrible day at the office. And we're also looking to see the matchup between the Class T's. So far it has been the Cruise versus the Ford. Will we see the Golf come through this time?
Round number 2, race number 3 of the Bridgestone Production Car Championship. Gennaro Bonifidi's on pole. There's a standing start. Will it affect the BMWs? Yes, it will.
Yeah, negatively. I mean, those all-wheel drive quattro system fires off the line, and everyone else just got left behind. It was Bonifidi and Priest who had the strongest starts. Henny Groenewald trying to sweep around the outside.
Oh, Ferrie's off!
Ferrie is off. So the man who has been untouchable on the circuit is off, and he looks like he is going to be off and staying there. But it was Michael Stephen also sweeping around the outside. There must have been about 5 cars abreast through there. Something had to give.
I think in Class T there was also some drama, and that's exactly what's happened.
Look at this. Here we go. A stall from the pole man. That's Formato. And blindsided. The Chevy Cruze just goes plowing into the back end. That's 2 cars out. The Chevy Cruze getting unceremoniously dragged off the line.
Formato's day just got worse, so Michael van Rooyen's not going to be happy about that. That's just a really lapse in concentration, there's no doubt. Although, in saying that, it's very difficult. You're on the money, you want to go, and bang, there's a car in front of you.
The Mini was very lucky to avoid that situation as well. But yeah, 2 of our key players and 2 of our race winners so far in Class T out. Now we're on board with Michael Stephen, and he has been absolutely luckless today. He's desperate to get some kind of points and salvage, like we saw Johan Ferrie do at round number 1.
So Michael Stephen came into this championship leading it, handed it back to Ferrie. Ferrie blinds himself off, and now hands it back to Stephen again. And what will the outcome of this race be? Who knows?
I know, pass me the calculator. We need to do some maths, but it's going to be some quick stuff out there. What I can tell you is happening is one of the key players, as the day gets stronger, he gets stronger. Chop Sapuka is coming on strong, but he's got an equal match in the man that got an incredible jump off the line and is looking to survive out there. And I do mean that. Survive for 14 laps. Bonifidi is desperate to prove that he can not only win in the wet, but the longest race in the dry.
Well, we know he's got the talent. We know that he's got a good package. Now, we saw it because it set the fastest lap down. That's the reason why he started on pole position, because he got the fastest lap time in the second race. So we know that car is quick. We know he can drive it, but can he last out the others?
Exactly. We go back and pick up on the battle for the Class T's. And amazingly enough, after avoiding the start line carnage, Gavin Cronier is running up there in a solid second place. That's a good run. Duminy is trying to tag on to the back end of these guys now.
Yeah, he's the only one flying the Ford flag again. We said it in the other race when Formato had a DNF in race number 1. So Sean Duminy is just doing what his team requires of him right now. Just get points.
Well, what were we talking about before the beginning of this feature race? The Cruze took first blood. Second race was taken by Formato and the Ford. Now it's time for the GTIs and Nathan to hit the front. He's going to get out there. He should be blocked and protected by Jacques Joubert as well.
Wow, I'm looking at Van der Linde right now. He looks ominous, and so does Melville Priest. He's got himself into a little battle royale in the mid-pack. And Melville Priest having a look on the outside. There's no way through that one. That's turn number 2.
Not on Michael Stephen. Michael Stephen is the king of the outside of turn number 2. That time, he set it up around the outside of turn 1, going back to the inside of turn 2. Watch the lines that Michael Stephen runs now. He is so good at threading the needle and making a pass happen.
Just at the back of him at the moment is Kenny Grunewald in the Subaru, Melville Priest as well. So race number 3, lap 5 of 14.
Bunching up in it.
Yeah, it is. Certainly is. Van der Linde, the man to watch at the moment on the inside and under pressure right now from Steven, making a move.
Yeah, that's again another setup around the outside. You've got to stay in it, stay brave, and you can get up the inside here. That is a very, very hard pass to make count. You're definitely relying on your drive. The all-wheel drive system on the Quattro certainly helped him out, but you've got to position yourself carefully. So the man that we're seeing climbing the ranks is Michael Steven, and he's got a chance to reclaim a ton of points in this race.
On board with the Afrox and Pertec BMW with Van der Linde. We know that car is fast down the back straight. 236 registered on the radar gun.
Yeah, he is definitely, but he's on the back foot. I mean, it's going to be very hard work. Look at the lines he's got to run. He has to go around the outside of people like Michael Steven, and there is no line around the outside of people like Michael Steven. It looks to me in this race like the BMW is going to start to go backwards. He's the only rear-wheel drive car in a cluster of all-wheel drives.
The other advantage that I wanted to tell you with Van der Linde, he has a huge braking capacity. It seems like he brakes later than everybody else.
Yeah, he does run in there. The car seems to be very good on the front, doesn't push out, so they've got the setup incredibly well on the front of those BMWs. Right now in the Class T's, Nathan versus Cronier versus Jacques Joubert. Jacques Joubert also needs to come up in points because he was looking tasty coming into this round.
The John Cooper Works Mini is starting to show its form in a big way right now, Matt.
I can't believe he got that drive to sweep around the outside of Nathan. So it looks to me like Nathan up that... Yeah, he's definitely limping. Nathan has got a problem. There's a gearbox full of nothing.
Yeah, which gear is he going to drive in round? Maybe he's missing a fourth, maybe a third.
You can see where he is. He's stuck in third. That is third gear, and there's going to be nothing else to be done with it. Nathan looking odds on to run away with the big feature race. He's going to start going steadily backwards. That puts the Cooper up front.
Who said this is motor racing and there's no bad luck? Who said that?
It's so hard. It's so hard, especially in a race like this. You know you've got to get out there, and you do the maths in your head. It's a double points race, and it hurts you.
So, meanwhile, Gavin Cronier flying the flag high for his team, the John Works Cooper Mini. Sadly enough, we mentioned it earlier on, unfortunately, Lee Thompson went out on Friday's practice.
Interesting enough to watch out for as well. When you look at the teams, 2 by 2 they came out of the trucks, and 1 by 1 they've been falling off. This time it's Nathan who has gone backwards, or is going backwards, and it's up to Jacques Joubert to wave the flag. In the minis, all weekend since the demise of Lee Thompson, it's been Gavin Cronier, and in this race, with Gary Formato coming out, it is all about Dumini to go up there and grab some points.
Yeah, he's going to chase down Nathan. Nathan doesn't have an answer. He doesn't get the drive, stuck in third gear. Oh, man, it must be really frustrating for him. There goes, blowing past Nathan, Sean Dumini. Front end of this, Gennaro Bonafide is still hanging on. There are the two Engine Extreme S4 Supercharged Audi, Steven and Sapuka.
And there is the fastest man on track right now and has been for the last 2 laps. Michael Steven doing the exact same line as he did a couple of laps ago. Round the outside of the sweep, inside, and here we go. He's going to set up the big pass, and this means he's going to dive up the inside of Chop Sapuka through Malmesbury.
This is a team game, and we've seen often, I mean, I go back a couple of years ago, how BMWs have taken themselves out. We don't want this to happen right now.
Yeah, Chops is desperate for points in this championship as well, and he has got a good chance here. He was running in second place. Now Michael Steven starts coming on song, moves up into second place, and don't count him out for catching up with Gennaro Bonafide. Gennaro's been left off the hook for a while, but Steven is coming on strong now.
Sapuka's had very fond memories of Cape Town. He made his debut win here in the older A4, and now they're into the big cars, the S4 Supercharge. And this is just a mind-blowing performance right now from Michael Steven.
I had all but written off Etienne van der Linde, but he is holding song, staying in fourth place, and actually getting away from Henny Grunewald, closing things up on Chops Sapuka. So Chops needs to be careful now. He's got to run with the pace of Michael Steven and try and break away, because the concertina effect is coming. The BMW is just getting its legs back. It looked like it took a breather. Now it's coming back.
Well, Van der Linde is going to understand what it means not to have your partner out there. They did experience that. The Audis did experience that. But right now it's very difficult for them because we've got a 2-man team against a 1-man car at the moment.
Over the wall, and the number board showing the details to Gennaro Bonafide. The numbers have been clicking down steadily, and Michael Steven is now literally attached to his bumper as the Class A's come through to lap Nathan limping around.
Gennaro Bonafide, their team, and Bonafide Senior are going to be delighted. Can Steven bring pressure to bear? It is the penultimate lap. All Gennaro's got to do is just fight off Michael Steven.
Is that all? It's going to be one hard lap. He hasn't driven with this kind of pressure the whole way through the day. Yes, he's been in dices. Yes, he's been in the mix. But the win has not been up for grabs. And all of a sudden, that changes things completely. Look at his line heading into turn number 1 already. Normally, he'd be sweeping around the outside and getting big drive. But with a car this close, he's trying to protect the line, and he hasn't protected it well enough. Goes for the double apex, still controls the ground coming out, but watch where he goes. He will stay close to the inside of the next right-hander and make Michael Stephen go the long way round. But remember, this is the sector of the track where we've seen 3 passes for Michael Stephen. He is so good here.
The other place that Michael Stephen will have a chance is the exit out of Malmesbury. Now he'll wait, he'll look at what Gennaro Bonafiti's do, then he's going to set the car up and floor it and see if he can actually get a tow.
There looks like a big enough gap here. There's about 2 car lengths, and Bonafiti is just going to work on his drive. Remember that never-ending set of right-handers that is Malmesbury, and Bonafiti going all the way out to the curbs as we go back and pick up on our race leader in the Class T's. And Gavin Cornea, after a dismal weekend for the team, is going to cheer them up a little bit at least.
Well, I'm scratching my head because this is a huge surprise.
It's massive, and unfortunately, the second of the India Oil GTIs just hasn't been able to run the pace. Right, here we go, out of the final corner, and Bonafiti is going to control this one. Stephen had to go, made a mistake on the last lap, but the flag is out, and Bonafiti has proved us all wrong. He can win the drive.
Fantastic result for the Team Feroda, the Audis. Well, 1, 2 and 3 at the moment. Melville has got to be in that mix. And here comes the race leader, as you said. Well done to the John Cooper Works Mini. It's Gavin Cronier. What a drive.
And he comes to lap Nathan, who did manage to limp across the line and score at least some points. He'll have seen Formato parked on the side and knew it was a big game.
Man, it opens up this championship right now because all the usual protagonists have had problems today.
Yeah, look at that. The dismal walk back for the Chevy Cruze driver as we confirm our results. Gennaro Bonafiti gets his win ahead of Stephen, Sapuka, Van der Linde and Groenewold. That was a very tight top 5.
Not a bad day for Melville Priest to be quite happy. Richard Pennard, then John Mayer and Johan Free. What a disappointing end to the theme piece.
The feature race for the Class T started with drama and ended with a surprise. Gavin Cornea and the Mini winning ahead of Joubert and Dumini.
It was a long time coming, but we saw signs of it at the end of 2012. And we knew that you were the driver and you had a great package. Today, you put all of those things to bed.
No, for sure. I can't tell you how bad Killarney was. I mean, the team, you know, we were so down and out. And I think the guys worked day in, day out. They worked long weekends. They worked late nights. And they're giving me a car this weekend that is reliable, it's strong. The setup was fantastic the whole weekend. And I thought to myself, you know what, we're in the money this weekend. And to go flag to flag, it was, I can't tell you how much it means. Do you know what I mean? Especially for the whole team and Feroda Racing. And
well, we've got to ask you the question. I mean, now it's under your belt. You're done. It's like you've broken the duck's back, and we move on to Port Elizabeth and Alder Scribanti. Tell me your feelings about that, going to another coastal route.
Well, for sure. I mean, we saw how the Audi was fantastic here at Cape Town. It's always been a Cape Town track, even though the BMWs had a lot on us in a straight line. We showed that we had the class to win, 1, 2, 3, and so, you know what, I think we're looking forward to PE. It's a track that a lot of tyre wear, and the Audis are very good on that. And with the Feroda brakes at the long straight there, I think I'll be in the money.
We got ourselves a really good day for Team Engine Extreme. Didn't quite win the main theme, but certainly a big improvement. And the bonus, Chop Sapuga doing quite well as well. But let's talk about you and your race.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't a perfect day for us. Race 1, you know, we had rubbing of wheels and a tyre go flat. Race 2, a belt came off on the pulley and lost water temp. So, yeah, that wasn't too great, but those things happen in motorsport, and I think we came back strong in race 3, starting 7th on the grid. Made a good start up to 3rd, got bumped off back to 5th, and had a great race. I think I got to 2nd with about 6 laps to go, and I had Gennaro in my sights, and I put my head down and went. Caught him with 2 laps to go, but you know, he drove well and defended well, so well done to him, and you know, I'm happy with 2nd.
The man in the points again. Not the ideal day, but I'll tell you what, you'll take it, won't you, Chops?
We'll keep taking them, sir. That's what is important. Team has done a fantastic job. We did our best on the day. We're going to walk away victorious.
Would it be fair to say that today's series was pretty robust out there?
Very. It's always going to be robust when you have 3 Audis boxing it together with a BM next door to you. So it's, you know, it's even Stevens in certain areas, but you just got to make it work. And the cars are, I think they're fairly good.
Well, that has to be a sense of relief.
Absolutely, it's a difficult weekend, but yeah, we brought it through, and eventually to end off with a win was great. Some more development, and I think we've learned something this weekend.
Well, I mean, you go on data at the best of times. Did you have enough for the setup, particularly here at Killarney?
Well, the last time I was out here, we didn't run, and we know Cape Town's never going to be our best circuit. And to come away here with a win is we're stoked. I mean, I think going to the next couple of circuits are going to really suit us a bit better, and then they're going to have to work as hard as I did this weekend.
It was tough work out there, Jacques Joubert.
Firstly, I just want to say a big thanks to the team. We had a dismal start to this weekend. I made an error going into turn 1, the race 1, and that cost us 2 races. But big thanks to the team. In less than 40 minutes, I had my new gearbox in, and that's why I could compete and get second place today.
You had some problems out there with your car. Tell us a bit more about it.
It was a great day for Team India. We came down here, we had a great presence. The team was here in full force. Went out there, the whole team did exactly what we needed to do, which was brand awareness. Unfortunately, I had a bit of a failure in my gearbox broke. Jacques therefore picked up the slack, and he just went and had a go at the lead and took it straight to Cronje.
Let's get confirmations on the point standing as it stands after round 2. 53 for Michael Stephen leading it out. Johan Free, Chop Sapuka, Etienne van der Linde, Henny Groenewald and Melville Priest.
In the Class T's, consistency pays so far. Graham Nathan leading out by 11 points over Cronje. Joubert still solid with third.
Manufacturers' points goes to say that Audi is strong, leading out Volkswagen and BMW, with Subaru and Ford next.
So this is what it looked like down at the Mother City. 3 different winners for each of the races. And the same with the Class T's, with the mix-up of a new victor in the shape of the Chevy Cruze and Michael van Rooyen.
For more information on the Super Production Car Championship, www.spcc.co.za. The feature race was eventful, as the standing start took some casualties. Van Rooyen smashed into a stalled Formato, and Henny Groenewald rubbed metal with Johan Free, leaving Bonafini and Cronje to take the flag and claim the glory. So, dreams won and dreams lost as round 2 comes to an end. Thank you to Killarney, its race officials, and hats off to Cape Town for giving us this beautiful day for racing. Our next round is in Port Elizabeth on the 6th of April at Alderskribbanti. I'm Steve Busham with Matt Smith. This is World Class Racing, Bridgestone Production Cars.